All right, welcome to Earthworm dissection. So I'm just going to kind of briefly go over some parts of the earthworm and just talk a little bit about this dissection video and PowerPoint presentation I found. So, since we are out of school due to COVID, we won't be doing any dissections this year. But for those that really were scared to handle an organism or specimen, or maybe were super hypersensitive to preservatives like Jennifer, this might be a better route for you guys. So I'm just going to move on here. Yeah, we won't be doing any safety considerations. But anyways, moving on to earthworm dissection. Okay, so looking at the outside, the exterior part of an earthworm, need to orientate yourself. Okay, the clitellum is this band right here. It's actually a reproductive structure, and when it's fertilized, it will produce a cocoon. So sperm and eggs, that's kind of where it all happens. And this cocoon will literally kind of like molt off. You should like YouTube how earthworms reproduce. It's kind of crazy. But the clitellum is near the anterior end. Okay, so over here is like the mouth. And then away from the clitellum is the posterior end. So you'd find the anus. So zooming in on that anterior end. Okay, some more orientation parts. Okay, so here's the clitellum. Please notice the noticeable segments on your earthworm, imaginary earthworm. The ventral side is the lighter side. If you were handling these organisms, you would feel sandpaper bristles. You'll also see that in the video. The dorsal side is the darker side. So make sure you guys know that. Okay, so you're going to place the ventral surface down, lighter color down, darker side up, and you'd pin your earthworm pretty taut. And then you'd start in the middle, and you would cut very slowly and very shallow. Okay. And then you'd start to open it up kind of like a window and pin, not each segment, but pin as you go. Now, if you cut too deep, okay, you're going to see dirt. You're going to see soil. Okay. So, yeah, areas where someone has cut too deep. You literally cut all the way down the specimen, placing pins as you go. Now, most of the cool parts of the earthworm are near the clitellum or the anterior portion. So we're going to go take a look at that anterior end right here. Earthworms have a closed circulatory system. Okay, so here we have the dorsal blood vessel, darker in color, running alongside here. We also have aortic arches. Sorry about the animation. Right there, right there. Just help maintain pressure. Moving on to the reproductive system. We are still in the anterior end. Seminal vesicles. They store sperm. Okay, so those are the seminal vesicles. You also have seminal receptacles. Okay, so after sperm is received, that's where they are stored at. They're more spherical in shape. So, close up, vesicles, receptacles. Moving on to the nervous system. So near the intestine, you'll find the nerve cord. Here's a good picture of the nerve cord running on the ventral surface with nerve tissue extending out. The digestive system is complete. Starts at the mouth. There's the mouth. So after the mouth, we have the pharynx. So swallows food, connects the mouth to the esophagus. Zoom in on the pharynx here for you. Then we have the esophagus. So mouth, pharynx, the esophagus, kind of by the aortic arches. Okay, so you get a better picture of that esophagus. So mouth, pharynx, esophagus. Moving on to the crop, this structure right here and over here. Food storage, thin-walled. Behind the crop, you'll have the gizzard, which grinds food, very muscular. And then after the gizzard, it's the intestine, which runs pretty much all the way down. Okay, so mouth, pharynx, esophagus, crop, gizzard. Okay. So that's it for the short little video. Might need to go back and watch it a few times. We need to draw pictures on the worksheet and etc. Contact me if you have any questions, or feel free to just Google things too.